Okay, so I'm recording. Everybody, I'm recording. Is that okay with you? Is it okay if I'm recording?
Okay.
Tavish, is it okay if I'm recording? No problem? Okay. I don't know if more people are coming. If it's just a lovely small group that we're in now, but let's begin. So in this session, you will need some paper and a pencil, okay? Pencil and paper. If you don't have some, I give some to you, okay? Take some paper now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Paper. Oh yeah, you got it, Rivan. Good. Because why do you need paper and pencil? Because we're going to use a technique which involves drawing. You're going to do some drawing in this session. Now, don't worry, Raja, because you don't have to show your drawing to me. You don't have to show your drawing to anybody. It's just for yourself, because sometimes drawing can help us remember a story.
Yeah.
Because today you're going to learn a story. Ah, we've got another person. Hello. Is it?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm David. What's your name?
I'm Shad.
Okay. So shall I call you Joha or Shad?
Joha.
Joha. And Joha, where are you? Joha. Joha, where are you?
David. Her name is Ru'a.
Ah, I can see your name with a D, but it's with an R. Is that right?
This is her sister's account.
Ah, so can you?
My sister Joha.
Can you write your name so I can? Can you write it?
R-O-A.
Can you write it in the chat box?
What?
In the chat. Write in the chat.
Okay. 1 minute.
Okay. Okay. But tell me again how you spell your name. Raja, how does she spell her name?
R-O-A-A, I guess.
Roa.
Roa.
Roa. Okay.
It's very hard for you to pronounce.
Okay, no, I'll do my best. Okay, so Roa's coming back. So you have some paper, you have a pencil, that's good. Because today I'm going to talk about this story. It's a story that I learned when I was in a school in Exeter, and I was telling stories to some Ro'a. Okay. Can everybody say Ro'a?
Ro'a.
Yeah.
Ro'a.
Ro'a. Ro'a. Where are you? Which part of the world are you in?
Can you see the flag?
I'm from Gaza, Palestine.
You're from Palestine. Wonderful. And you're in Gaza. Okay. And Ro'a, you can see in the other people who are here, you can see Rivan, Sovam, Tavish are they're in Nepal.
Yeah.
And Lena is in Hebron in Palestine. And Raja is also in Gaza.
Roa is the sister of my friend.
Ah, your friend's sister, so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too, Roa.
Nice to meet you too.
So 3 Palestinians, 3 from Nepal.
Yeah, please.
Perfect. A meeting of 2 cultures. This is a meeting of Nepal and Palestine.
Okay, let's start.
Let's start. Okay, so here is my magic mouse. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes.
Coming close. It's my magic mouse. And this story is Joha and the Magic Mouse. Now, I think you know Joha, but my pronunciation isn't good. So Lena, how do I say it, Raja?
Joha.
Joha. Joha. I can never get it right. Joha is a character that is in many, many stories told in the Middle East, in Arabic-speaking cultures, but not only in Arabic, also in Turkey, in Pakistan, in Iran, in Iraq, in Saudi Arabia, in India, even as far as China, or going as far west as Morocco, Libya, Egypt. All of these countries, mostly Muslim countries, they tell stories about Joha. And they're short stories and they're funny stories. In Turkey, they call him Nasruddin. And in countries like Kazakhstan or Kyrgyzstan, they call him Appendi. And in Western China, they call him Appendi. But it's the same character. So I'm going to tell you the story of Joha and the Magic Mouse. Okay, Joha and the Magic Mouse. So I'm going to tell you the story. But before I tell you the story, I want you to imagine this magic mouse. What do you think this magic mouse can do? Okay, what can the magic mouse do? And write in the chat box, what do you think this magic mouse can do? Any ideas, any guesses? Just write in the chat. What can the magic mouse do? Write down your ideas. Write it in the chat, not on the paper. Write it in the chat. Tavish, what do you think? What can the magic mouse do in the story? What do you guess? Oh, so Raja says maybe sing. You think the magic mouse can sing?
Maybe.
Very interesting idea. Maybe. Revan, it might be able to speak. Okay, we'll find out in the story. Can it sing? Can it speak? So,
He does.
Roa, eat our food. You think this is magic?
He doesn't have to be magic.
What could it, think about something magic that this mouse can do. Walk on two legs, says Suvam. I like it. It's a great idea. Maybe he can walk on two legs. Lena says maybe he can transform people or things, or maybe he can grant wishes. You know, grant means to give. Grant a wish. You think it's a magic mouse can give us a wish? What would you wish for, Lena, if you've got a wish from the magic mouse? Ah, but Roa also says maybe the magic mouse helps people. Okay,
That's
well,
magic.
we'll find out. We'll find out in the story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the story, and I'd like to ask you, to invite you to listen to the story and to imagine the story. Imagine what you can see. And then, after I finish telling, I'm going to ask you to take a pencil and paper, and I'm going to ask you to draw a story map. And then I'm going to ask you to tell the story. So you're going to tell the same story that I tell you. You're going to remember it. But by drawing a map, it will help you to remember the story. It's very easy. It's very short story, so it's not difficult. Okay? But now, when I tell it first, you don't need the pencil. So put down the pencil. You don't need it until later. Okay? So if I say story, story, oh, Tavish, you wrote, maybe the mouse can sell items for affordable prices. That would be magic, wouldn't it? If we could, if the mouse made everything cheaper. It's a lovely idea. Okay. Do magic tricks, says Raja. Help people. Sell items for affordable prices. I love your ideas. Let's find out. So I'll tell you the story, and then you're going to draw a story map. So I say story, story, and you can say tell us a story. And I know you're ready to listen. Okay, so ready? Story, story?
Tell us a story.
Everybody has to say it. Everybody. Tell us a story. Let's try again.
Tell us a story.
Tell
Tell
us a
us a
story.
story.
Tell a story. Tell a story.
Well, Joha had a big problem. Joha had been in prison because he had told a lot of lies and played a lot of tricks. And when Joha came out of prison, he went to the coffee shop where his rich friends drank coffee. And when he came in the coffee shop, one rich friend said, "Joha, get out. You owe me money. I don't want to see you here." So Joha went out of the coffee shop. Joha went home to his wife. But when he got home, his wife said, "Husband, Joha, get out. You are lazy. You are no good. You have no money. Get out." But Joha had nowhere to go. His rich friend didn't want to see him. His wife didn't want to meet him. Then, as he was in the street, unhappy, Joha saw not one mouse, but two little mice. The mice ran into a hole. Joha looked into the hole. If I can get those mice, Joha reached into the hole and took one mouse and another mouse, two mice. Now, with these mice, I can get some money. Joha went back to his home, to his wife. He said, "Wife, I have a mouse here. Look after this mouse. Put it in a box." And he gave the mouse to his wife. And wife, cook a delicious meal. Cook some wonderful food. Why, husband? Why? You, wife, soon we will have a lot of money. Well, Joha's wife knew that he played clever tricks. What kind of food should I cook? Wife, make couscous with beef. Couscous with beef. Delicious couscous with beef. Well, his wife agreed, and Joha went out of the house and he went to the coffee shop. He still had one mouse in his hand. When he got to the coffee shop, he opened the door and his rich friend said, "Joha, I said don't come in here." "But," said Joha, "I have my magic mouse. I have a magic mouse." "What do you mean?" "I will tell you if you buy me a coffee." Well, Joha's rich friend bought him a coffee. When he had finished drinking the coffee, his friend said, "Joha, what kind of magic does your mouse do?" "Oh," said Joha, "watch." And he said to the mouse, "Little mouse, go home to my wife and tell my wife to cook a delicious meal. What would you like to eat?" he said to his rich friend. "Couscous and beef," said his rich friend. "Couscous and beef. Tell my wife to cook couscous and beef." He went to the door and he said, "Go home, little mouse, and tell my wife." And the mouse went out of the door. "That's stupid," said the rich man. "Impossible." "Wait and see," said Joha. "Don't you want to eat some delicious couscous and beef? While we're waiting for my wife to cook, buy me another coffee." So Joha and his rich friend drank another coffee. Now, after a lot more talking, Joha said, "I think the food will be ready. Come with me." And together, Joha and his rich friend walked through the street towards Joha's home. And when they got near the home, there was a delicious smell. What was the smell?
Couscous.
And
Beef.
Beef.
yes, Oh, when they came into the house, Joha's wife said, "Oh, the food is ready. You're just in time." And she put the couscous and beef on the table. "How did you know?" said the rich man. Joha said, "Oh, my wife has the mouse. Look." And he took the box, opened the box and said, "Look, here is the mouse. The mouse told her to cook the couscous and beef. Now enjoy your food." Wow, his rich friend couldn't believe it. He ate the food hungrily. It was wonderful. When he had finished eating, the rich man said to Joha, "I'm interested in that mouse. I want to buy that mouse." "Sorry," said Joha, "it's not for sale." "No, no, no," said the rich man. "I will pay good money for that mouse." "Oh, no," said Joha. "I can't sell the mouse. It's a very special mouse. It's a magic mouse." "I know," said the rich man. "That's why I'll give you a lot of money." "You know, other people have offered me a lot of money for my magic mouse," said Joha. "But I love my mouse." "How much did they ask for?" "Oh, that's a secret," said Joha. "But they asked, they offered a lot of money." "How about 1,000,000 dinar?" said his friend. "1,000,000 dinar. I will give you 1,000,000 dinar." "1,000,000 dinar," said Joha. "Well, you are a friend. I will let you pay, but only if you can pay me right now." Well, his rich friend reached into his pocket and started counting. 1,000,000 dinar. "There you are, Joha. Give me the mouse." "Oh, my beautiful mouse," said Joha. "Sorry to say goodbye. Look after my mouse very well." And he gave the mouse to his rich friend. His rich friend was so happy. He went out of the house laughing. Joha turned to his wife. "Husband," she said, "you are clever. But husband, you know he'll be back. He'll come back." "Don't worry, wife," said Joha. "Worry about that later. But now, wife, look, we are rich." So that's the story. Joha and the magic mouse. So, yes, let's have a look at your ideas. Do you think the magic mouse can sing? Probably. It certainly can speak. It probably would like to eat your food. I don't know about walking on two legs, but it certainly helped Joha. It certainly helped Joha and his wife, and maybe transformed their lives and granted their wishes and helped them. But really, was it a magic mouse? Not really. Only in the rich man's imagination. Joha is very smart in this story. I learned the story of Joha and the magic mouse from a girl called Fatima, who's from Tunisia. Do you know Tunisia?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they also here tell stories about Joha in Tunisia. Fatima told me that story. I love that story. Okay. Suvan, Roa, Rivan, Lena, Tavish, Raja, did you understand the story?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, your English is really good. Now, I want to show you something. Do you have any questions about the story? Any questions about the meaning of any words? Is it all clear? Okay, can you repeat mouse? Everybody, mouse.
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 That's one mouse.
Mouse.
What about
Mouse.
two? What do we say?
Mouse.
Mice.
Listen, mice.
Mice.
Mice. Yeah, mice.
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 Okay, and what did the rich man eat?
Couscous with beef.
Couscous with beef.
Yes. couscous and beef, or couscous with beef. Delicious.
It's
Okay.
interesting. We have this dish in Palestine.
Yes.
We call it maftool.
Maftool. I
Yeah,
think
we
it
had it.
must be delicious. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Because of Ramadan, you must be hungry. I shouldn't talk about food.
It's okay. I had it yesterday. Maftool.
Really? You had
Yeah.
maftool?
Yeah.
Wonderful. I wish I could taste that. I bet it's delicious when you make it. Now look, can you see? I've got a piece of paper here. And on my piece of paper, can you see I've marked some arrows? So I've written, actually, I'll use it this way up. Okay. Can you see there's an arrow here, and an arrow here, and an arrow here, and an arrow here, and an arrow here. Can you see? There are 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I'd like you to do is to draw a story map. Now, this is my story map. I'm going to show it to you very quickly. I look at my story map. 3, 2, 1. Look, there's my story map. Okay. And that shows my version of that story. I drew that story with 6 quick pictures. And it only took me 3 minutes to draw it. Okay. So my first picture, I showed Joha, and he's standing outside the coffee shop and also outside his home. And his wife is saying no, and the coffee shop friend is saying no. That's my first picture. So what I'd like you to do is to draw that story, no writing, draw it in 6 pictures that will help you to remember the story. Okay? So you've just got 3 minutes to draw the story of Joha and his magic mouse. While you are drawing, I will play my guitar.
هو دخل جوا المحل ولكن برا خلوش بعدين دخلوش البيت بعدين شاف فيران راح على البيت كوفي دبل اي ولا دبل اف؟ دبل اي كمان. تفضلي يا امي. انا غلط صح. هاي كمان واجب بس لقراية.
I just give you 30 seconds to finish your story map. Just 30 seconds to finish. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It's only for you to remember the story.
So my work is finished.
Very good, Suvam. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to show you my story map. My story map will be very different from yours. Okay, so the first picture you can see there is, my drawing is very bad. I did this very quickly. I'm sorry about my drawing. There he is outside the coffee shop and his home. They're saying no. And then you can see Joha finds the two mice in my version. And then you have Joha, he tells his wife to cook the food. He shows her the mouse. And then you can see, can you see? Oh yeah, in the coffee shop, he tells the rich man about his magic mouse. And then the next part, the rich man is offering a lot of money to Joha when they're eating the food. And finally, the rich man is leaving the house. Where is it? The rich man is leaving the house, and Joha and his wife are very happy because they've got lots of money. But you don't have to be an artist to tell a story with pictures, because I'm not an artist. Okay, but what I'd like you to do now is to use your pictures to try to remember the story. So for the next 10 minutes, you're going to be in a breakout room with another person, and I'm going to mix up the nationalities. So I have one person from Palestine with one person from Nepal. And you can get together and you can tell the story to each other. So you can decide who's going to go first and who's going to go second. And when you've finished telling the story, the other person can say, that was good, I liked it. And they can tell you what they liked about your storytelling. Just talk about the things you liked. We won't talk about the things that are not so good. We'll talk about what was good in your storytelling. And then the other person can try telling the story. And after about 10 minutes, or if you need longer, we'll find out, then we'll come back together. Okay, so see if you can remember the story about Joha and his magic mouse. Now, do you need to hear me tell the story again, or can you remember it?
We can remember.
We can remember.
Brilliant. Okay, so let me put you into breakout rooms. Okay, so let's find out. We're going to go into 3 rooms, and I'm going to create the rooms now. So I'm going to put Roa and Rivan together. I'm going to put Lena and Suvam together, and I'm going to put Raja and Tavish together. Okay, brilliant. And you can tell each other the story. I will visit your room, and you've got about 10 minutes to tell the story. Okay, good luck. Okay, before we go, has anybody got any questions? Any questions?
No question, sir.
Everything clear? Okay, good luck. Enjoy telling the story in English. Join the room now.
Doing.
Join the room. Okay, can you see where it says join? That's right. Okay, Tavish, just click on join. That's right. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Well, Tammy, I put them into breakout rooms and I forgot to check the time. And I got a feeling they'll all close in 3 minutes. And I don't know how. I'm trying to find out how to edit it, but I don't think I can.
In progress. What about if you join and just tell each room it's going to stop in a minute? I will rejoin you. What about that?
I don't know if that's going to happen. I think I'll just have to let them all
Yeah.
rejoin and then
just
try and
laugh
change
about
it.
You're doing such a good job. You're doing such a good job. Brilliant.
He tells him all about that, and then here's the part when he goes to. It's a bit funny, I guess. And then his friends and he is having dinner,